Hello everyone, my name is Priyanshi and today I will be talk about Gen Zs and their lifestyle. So let's explore. So first is digital native. Yes, if I'm talking about digital natives, so as we all know that we are growing up with it from childhood. We are growing up with the technology or a social media, and in our life we are using technology or social media from a different purpose and from a different angle, like communication, entertainment, and information gathering. Yes, for example, if we are a school going student or college going student, so mostly we are using internet or social media for information gathering or for our research and development. And these things can also impact in our life, sometime bad and sometime good also. So how it will impact in our life, bad and good, we are learn in a further slides. So next is environmental conscious. Yes, if I'm talking about environmental conscious, so there is a one point in environmental issues in today's environment. In environmental issues, like in today's time, we know everything about what is going on our society, what is going on our surroundings, and by news also. And these things can also impact in our life, because most of the time we are consuming that thing also which is not needed for us, and unnecessarily we are reading that article or we are watching that news which is not good for us. And the result in the future, the results will come uh, sometime negative and sometime positive also, because it's in the and in the future result will come sometime bad also and sometime good also, because it's depend in ourselves what that because it's depend on ourselves that what is we are consuming. And second thing is a discipline. Yes, if I'm talking about discipline, so most of the time you are listening from a good personality or big personality, they're highlighting more discipline, because whenever or wherever you are going for interview or some admission or some every anything, and wherever you are going, wherever or whenever you are going for some interview or some like admission and anything, they're only observe your behavior and discipline. And they cannot ask you what is your like discipline and what is your behavior, and you should do this and you should not do this. They only silently sit and observe your discipline. And discipline is also we should nurture in our personality, because this thing can also help us in our future to grab a new opportunities and new things. And next is a lack of support. Yes, if I'm talking about lack of support, so this thing is also important in our life, because first is a motivation, because most of the time in our stage we are demotivate, we one thinking is going in our mind, like how can I do it, and if I'm do it this thing, so what is my society were talking about me, or what is my friend were talking about me. So these things were going on in our mind, which is not good, and these things cannot help us to build our build our personality. And these things can also not help us to grab a new opportunities. And second thing is a family advice. Yes, if I'm talking about family advice, so in today's time, family advice is the most important thing in our life, because most of the time we are not connected with that much with our family member. Mostly we are connected with the outsider member, which is not good for us, because the outsider member, what is they teach us and what is they motivate us, that is all a different thing. And and when our family member is a teacher or guide us, and that thing is a different thing. So we should always learn with our family member, or we should always listen to our elders also. And in our life there is a two person only who can better guide us. First is our family members, and second is a teacher, because they two persons can know better about us, like what is our weakness and lackness than other outsider person. And that's why we should always listen to our elders and teachers. And next is a lack of guidance. Yes, if I'm talking about lack of guidance, so first is a counseling. In counseling is a more needed in our stage, because mostly we are confusing in a different things. Like for example, when we are like goes in a school or college for admission, so mostly there is a one question in our mind, like which stream is good for us, or which program which will good for us. And we mostly most of the time we are not clear about our thoughts and idea and our goals. That's why we are step back, and we are doing a step back, and we are not grab that opportunity which is waiting for us also. And root causes, yes, if I'm talking about root causes, so in root causes most of the time we are disconnected with that good things which is good for us, and we are not thinking about that things also which is help us to grow up, and which is help us to build our future also. And there is a lot of things in root causes, like mental health and different and etc. Like in mental health, most of the time in our stage we are feel anxiety, and like we feel stress also. And these things only will come when we are not clearing about our thoughts and idea, and we are have a self doubt and self motivation, demotivation. Because when these two things will come, so anxiety and stress will automatically come, which is not good for us also. And last is a conclusion. A lot of problems come in our life, but it does not mean that we should run away. We should face them, and listen to our elders, because whenever they explain something to us, they understand it their own experience. And those students are mostly thinking about their future and focus for their studies. Thank you.